Hey guys, I really didn't think there would be another rant coming up so quickly, but again, so many things happened again so quickly that it's just as with technology, everything changes on a daily basis seemingly. So I'm going to start out with pretty much Adobe, a company that we've all used for decades. Photoshop, I mean, it's called Photoshop. Lightroom, and we've all had our good and bad experiences, I'm assuming. But pretty much we're stuck with it one way or another. So Adobe actually literally threw photographers under the bus. There's no other way to put it. By running an ad pretty much saying skip the photo shoot. And I'll put that up there so you guys can see that. Which is just, skip the photo shoot. Why not? I mean, why bother? Why bringing in experts who maybe know what they're doing, or maybe bring something a little extra to it? And yes, the skipping the photo shoot part that you want people to do is actually based on everybody's work that they've been doing for decades and putting up on the internet and on your servers to train your models, so you can now tell these people to skip those people. That sounds awesome. Thanks. So that is obviously amazing and inspiring. And in another take on a similar theme, I have to look at this because this is Adobe's Chief Strategy Officer and Executive Vice President of Design in Emerging Products, Scott Belsky. I don't know who that is, but he says this is a revolution, and this is the new digital camera. So Photoshop is the new digital camera. And he goes into a kind of weird way of explaining it that people are going to go to illegitimate places, and you're going to end up with getting paid nothing. Well, a lot of my work is on there. And so far, I'm not getting paid anything for anyone's use of AI or models that being trained on my work. And you can actually, there are websites, I think, where you can actually look up your name, and it'll tell you which model trained, which model is trained on your images. It's pretty interesting because, like I said, I found my images on there, and I haven't gotten paid for any of that stuff. And again, this is really not about, bad-mouthing AI so much, because I'm not opposed to new technology, and I'm not at all opposed to, furthering of development and new ideas. But I'm a little taken aback by how the industry in general is just dealing with this. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty scary. And talking about the industry, there is one of my favorite companies, Apple. I mean, I've been an Apple guy forever. I pretty much have every Apple product there is, watch, phone, everything. And they announced the new iPad Pro, which is it's the most magical and amazing iPad Pro ever, which it's the thinnest, it's the best screen, it's the most amazing, and it can do the most, and it's an M4. Besides the fact that I've been trying to work on an iPad for a long time, and I've given up because it's not the hardware that takes it down, and the software is great for consuming stuff, but for actually doing stuff on it, I don't know. Maybe my fingers are too big. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just that there is no real file system to work with, or that Apple is now a camera company again, I guess. I mean, obviously they still sell iPhones, and I've always been a big, saying best camera is the camera you have on you, and your iPhone is always on you, and I believe in that. The problem is that actually I find myself taking the pictures that I take on the iPhone are getting more and more like copying documents, or literally just getting that snapshot, or looking at a serial number that I can't read because it's so small. So I take a picture of it and blow it up to see it, or snapshots or little videos in there. But actually creating something, or actually creating an image, I don't know, because every time I look at that photo that I took on the iPhone, and I don't know, I'm just not like, why not just take a camera? So anyway, so back to the iPad, because it's really interesting to see that now they have a Final Cut Pro on the iPad. Amazing. I've used it. It is great. I have to say it. I don't use it because I just really prefer. Actually, I prefer DaVinci Resolve actually. And even they have an iPad version too, but I just prefer it on my laptop. It's just easier. It's just easier to get the files in there. It's just easier to put everything together, in my opinion. But the one thing that really killed it for me was the ad that they showed, which literally shows a giant press. And I'll play the ad. It's pretty amazing because it's like a giant press that squeezes literally music, paint, cameras. It squeezes cameras and even emojis, little emojis, down into that iPad, which I guess I get the idea, but it's totally wrong. Like, you're literally squeezing creativity into the thing so people can consume it on the iPad, because that's pretty much what people do. People consume on the iPad. And it's great for that. You don't need an M4 for it. You don't need the double OLED screen for that. So some brilliant guy, and again, I'm going to put that link below, actually just flipped that ad and runs it backwards. And, here, I fixed it for you, Apple, because that's pretty much what it is. It shouldn't be about squeezing all that stuff out there. It should be, this is the item, and this is what you can do with it. You can create this stuff with it. Not, we're going to crunch it all down into something that, you're going to just stare into and watch the ads on. So anyway, I'm a big believer in photography. I'm a big believer in, cameras. I think this is going to, just like CDs and streaming, and people listen to more vinyl now, and people buy more vinyl. I'm a big believer in people actually gonna buy more cameras, take a little more time to take that picture, maybe think about it a little more. You don't have to take 50 shots a second. It's not really necessary. Maybe get that film camera. Maybe get something. It's about the process. But the process is a big part of it. And so that's my rant for today. I'm still going to use Photoshop, and I'm still going to use Apple products, but interesting times.